Okay. Okay, so example 2, I want you to take 330 minutes, and we are going to convert it into hours. Okay, so here's how I want you to set it up. 330 minutes is what we're converting, right? So we are going to set this up as a ratio. 330, but it's not a rate, so we're just going to leave it as minutes, and then let's put it as a fraction over 1. Okay. Then we are going to convert it. Now, we are wanting to go from minutes to hours. How many minutes are in an hour? 60. So here's the tricky part. We need to rewrite that conversion as a ratio. But how do I know what goes on top and what goes on bottom? Nope, other way around.
Oh, 60 goes on bottom and the X goes on top.
Watch. 60 minutes goes on bottom. 1 hour is in 60 minutes, right? Goes on top. Why does 60 minutes go on bottom? Not cross multiply. Cross divide. Cross reduce. Cross cancel. Because we need the minutes to go away, right? So we want to reduce out the minutes. Because now, what am I left with on top? Just hours, right? So when we are doing this, we put a line in between what are conversions, and that's because when we get into longer problems, it's going to keep everything organized. So right now, just get used to it. These ratios, all we do is we multiply straight across, and then we'll reduce at the very, very end. So we have 330 times 1 hour. That gives me 330 hours, right? Divided by 1 times 60. 60 nothing, because the minute's totally reduced out. So it's just 60 now. But can we divide that?
Yes.
Yeah, it comes out to 5.5 hours. Okay? Not too bad? Okay. We are going to do one other example like this. Okay, part B, I want us to convert 5 feet 3 inches into just inches. So the reason why we're doing one like this is because, think about it. If I have 5 feet 3 inches, do I have to convert this whole thing?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Abe, what do I only have to convert?
5 feet.
Just the 5 feet. And then what can we do with the 3 inches at the end?
Add it.
Just add it. So let's set it up. 5 feet is what we are converting, so we put it over 1. Then remember, we put a line in between all of our ratios just to keep it organized for when we have longer problems. Okay? And we're converting feet to inches. How many inches are in a foot? 12. Okay. So since I'm canceling out the feet, I need to put the feet on bottom, right? So it's 1 foot in 12 inches. Why do we put the feet on bottom? Because the feet cross-reduce, so then we're left with only inches, right? 5 times 12 gives me 60 inches. But the whole thing was plus 3, so we want to do 60 inches plus 3 inches. So how much total does that come out to? 63 inches. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to convert between systems. So for example, meters to feet, liters to gallons, that kind of thing. You will notice on your chart, I only give you converting in between the English system, which is what we use here, and in the metric system, I did not give you conversions for going in between systems. In the problem, they will give it to you. So they will give you the conversion rate to you in the problem if you are converting between systems. If it's not given to you, just Google it, and it shows up really big on Google. So you can Google how many feet are in a meter, and it will show it to you on Google, okay? So We call this, when we're doing this type of thing, unit analysis or dimensional analysis. So write that really big for me. So unit/dimensional analysis, they're the same thing. Sure. Unit or dimensional analysis is what you use to convert between systems. Okay? So it's what you use to convert between systems. So we're going to do example 3. The CN Tower in Toronto, Canada. Is about 1,815 feet tall. I want to know about how many meters is that? And I'm telling you that the conversion factor is 1 meter is approximately 3.28 feet. So let's set this up. We are converting 1,815 feet. Put it over 1. Put the line in between because it's going to keep us organized. Okay, and then we want to go from feet into meters. So I know that feet has to be on bottom, right? How many feet are we looking at? 3.28. And then what goes on top? 1 meter. I want you to actually show this. Feet reduce out. Did you guys notice that every single time what we are converting to ends up on top?
Yeah.
Wink, wink, okay? We multiply straight across. So 1815 times 1 gives me 1815 meters over 1 times 3.28, so just 3.28. There are no units because they reduced out. Then just divide with your calculator. I'm going to give it to you. It comes out to approximately 553 meters. So then you can use your calculator to divide that. Example 4. We're going to now convert rates. So this time we're going to be converting multiple things at once. You run. That's funny. You can run the 50-yard dash. Yep, the 50-yard dash in 5.8 seconds. What speed is that in miles per hour?
Oh.
Okay, remember, per means that's what we're dividing. So we want the miles to be on top and the hours to be on bottom, okay? So I'm giving you a rate. We run the 50-yard dash in 5.8 seconds. I want to know, what is that if I were to convert it into miles per hour? So first we need to start by writing the rate that is actually given to us. What is the rate that is given? 50 yards for 5.8 seconds. So this time it's going to be 50 yards over 5.8 seconds.
5 yards.
5, thank you, 50. Okay? This means we're going to end up converting the yards, and then we're going to end up converting the seconds. So we're going to do 2 conversions at one time here. That's why we put the lines in between. Okay? So let's do yards first. If I'm converting yards to miles, it's actually on your blue sheet up here. How many yards is in a mile?
1,706.
Okay, so we put that on the bottom because we want the yards to reduce, and we have 1 mile. Okay, so then the yards reduce and we're left with miles, which is what we want, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we converted the distance. Now we need to convert the time, seconds into hours. So, time is not on your blue sheet. You should know it or you can look it up. There is 3,600 seconds in an hour.
3,000.
I'm telling you. Okay? You can look it up if you have to. Will I put seconds on top or on bottom? Why on top? Because they have to cross cancel. So 3,600 seconds, and that's in 1 hour. The seconds reduced. So look at the units that we are left with. Miles, hours. Is that what we want? Yeah. So you multiply just straight across. 50 times 3,600. It comes out to 180,000.
Miles per hour?
No. Miles. Over. Okay. Multiply straight across the bottom. 5.8 times 1,760. That comes out to 10,208 hours. 208. Thank you. Okay, and then you use your calculator to divide that. It comes out to 17.6 miles per hour. Okay? So that's converting between rates.